Have you ever been called to do something or go somewhere so incessantly that you knew it was meant to be, only for things to not turn out the way you hoped they would? If this resonates, get comfortable. We always begin with gratitude, so I want to let you know that I am honored to have your energy and your presence here. Peace. I am LA. I want to share with you a big life change that I'm sharing publicly for the first time. My story of becoming undone, which I am still living and navigating in this moment. And 5 practices that I've learned as a result of this big life change that support you with moving through the storms that we subconsciously choose. First, my big life change. Drum roll, please. About a year and a half ago, I relocated from Durham in North Carolina to Los Angeles. I did not come to LA for fame or success. I was called to move to LA. What I mean by that is that there were messages about LA and California showing up in my dreams. I was receiving intuitive messages and downloads. I remember one in particular that said, "Welcome to California." And I had not yet moved here. The synchronicities were thick. I was being guided to LA for a very divine reason. Because of all of those synchronicities, for how long they went on and how intense they got over time, I just knew that being in LA was a part of my destiny. I was very comfortable in North Carolina and had a beautiful space that I had made a home. And I sacrificed a lot to move to LA. I donated and sold most of my things. I left that comfort behind and many connections. I put as much of my stuff as I could fit into an SUV to drive clear across the country to go down a path that I was really uncertain about, that I wasn't sure how it would turn out, even though I didn't have the clarity that I am used to having before making a decision, that I would figure things out along the way. I won't go down the list of all of the challenges I've experienced since being in LA. I do go in depth about the storms that I am referring to in the companion article for this video, which is titled "Still in the Mess, Trusting What I Can't Yet See." It's linked down below in the description of this video. I arrived in LA with so much wonder and curiosity and hope. And I had no idea that I was walking into the most violent rebirth of my life, spiritual boot camp, so to speak. I want to share with you 5 practices that have kept me, that I am still using. Here are 5 practices to support you in weathering and moving through your own storms. Number 1, practicing gratitude. If you are new here, I have a daily gratitude practice. I've been practicing gratitude and doing gratitude journaling every single day for over 4.5 years now. This practice has been extremely supportive for me in the midst of this challenging time, because it's helped me to remember that no matter what things look like, no matter how difficult things may be, there's always something to be grateful for. Number 2, feeling the full depth of your emotions. Feeling the full spectrum and the depth of your emotions is really important, because sometimes when we are navigating challenging times that are causing us to feel things that we are not used to feeling, things that we may be feeling for longer than we'd like to, it is easy to avoid or suppress those emotions. Allowing myself to feel the full depth of my emotions has been supportive, because it's helped me to deepen my trust with myself. It's also helped me to deepen the connection that I have overall with myself, because when I am allowing myself to feel and letting myself feel for as long as I need to, that's my way of holding sacred space for myself. I'm going to link in the description a feelings wheel, which I use from the Black Emotional and Mental Health Collective. Number 3, having a space or a medium to express yourself or release. It is a part of the reason why I've continued creating and sharing content in writing, even in the midst of this violent rebirth that I'm going through. And that is because it gives me something to look forward to. It also gives me a space to process and express myself. Some of what comes up for me is extremely complicated. So, being able to write, being able to record videos and share them with y'all helps me to continue to find meaning in it. It helps me to have encouragement as I move through it. By way of using this experience to create something from it, I am being an alchemist. I'm transmuting the energy into medicine and wisdom. Number 4, talking yourself through it. If you are a client of mine or if you've worked with me before, I've likely encouraged you to practice self talk. I don't know about y'all, but I talk to myself a lot. I consider myself my own best friend. I use talking myself through it as a way of encouraging myself, as a way of comforting and soothing myself through the uncertainty. To give you an example of what talking yourself through it might look like, saying things to yourself like, you are safe. I know that things are challenging right now, but this is temporary. And my favorite, if anyone can move through this and come out on top, it's you. Number 5, having a ritual that you commit to doing every single day. When you are moving through storms, your energy may fluctuate. There might be long periods of time when you are feeling discouraged, when your energy is lower, when you are just not feeling up to doing too much. If you decide with yourself every single day, I'm going to meditate, I'm going to read, I'm going to go for a walk. Whatever the ritual is that you decide on can be your anchor as you move through these storms. And it can also help you to practice honoring your commitments with yourself, even in the midst of challenging times and uncertainty. So, what do I mean by storms that we subconsciously choose? In your journey, there might be people and places and experiences that you feel drawn to, but you're not sure why. LA was that for me. And I don't think that's a coincidence. I think that I chose to be in a place like LA to have the experiences that I've been having because on a subconscious level, I knew that I was going to come out on the other side of these experiences having the tools, having the wisdom, having the resilience that I was going to need to go wherever my path was leading me next. Being fully honest, it has been challenging for me, and I've sat with a lot of grief around the hopes that I had for what my time in LA would look like, and contrast between those hopes and how it's turned out. And I am continuing to hold on to the trust in myself that I chose this for a reason, and that even if I can't see the full picture now, even though the story is still being written, it will all make sense later on. I end each of my videos with a prompt for journaling or reflection. This is a combination of a prompt and an exercise. I want you to recall a time when you became undone, a time when things were falling apart and unraveling. And I want you to think about these 5 practices that I've shared with you and identify one that would have been supportive for you and one that you would like to carry with you over the next week. And now for the Reconnect roundup. Please check out my first ever recorded sound meditation. It is called Clarity and Stillness. It is free and available to download. If you have not watched or tuned in yet to the Ease Experiment, you are missing out. It is jam-packed with so many gems, so much wisdom, and so many tools for you to carry forward. And this is the perfect time as we are preparing to wrap up the year and setting intentions for the new year, reflecting on this year. Ease Experiment was my daily series where I share my journey of creating a life of ease, and I invited y'all along for the ride. If you have a desire to break free from burnout, embrace more peace in your life, this series is for you. Each of my videos have a companion article. The companion article for this video is titled Still in the Mess, Trusting What I Can't Yet See. Links for my recorded sound meditation, the Ease Experiment series, and the companion article for this video are all included in the description. Well, that is all that I have for y'all. I look forward to connecting with y'all again soon. But in the meantime, reconnect with you. Peace, y'all.